Hi, my name is Yevhen Kovadyazhny, and today I'll be reviewing one of my games. And actually it's my very first game that I developed 10 years ago that started my game development career. And let's get into it. By the way, I'll be doing this in one take, so any mistakes, any embarrassing moments, I'm going to keep it just to fight my perfectionism. So let's go. As you see, a start menu already goes with the band. The game is called BrainDef, and this is the sponsor video. So let's see, BrainDef, it's about defending the brain, and you can see this zombie running around, it's chasing the cursor. So I had fun developing this little Easter egg. You can see the credits. I made the game almost by myself. I had some help from a friend with the menu design and some bit of graphics tweaking, but most of it is made by me. So you can see level 1, some instructions, and it's my first game, so it's a bit weird, not very polished, but I had humble goals. So you're trying to defend this brain in a jar, and the zombies, they want to eat your brain. So they are trying to break the barrier, and you need to defend it. As you can see, you can use your laser tower to attack them. You can also use the sniper tower. And when they attack your barrier, you're losing the health, so if you run out of health, it's a game over. So this is how you win a level, yeah. And you have a shop, and you can buy upgrades. So we have bought a tower and new enemy. You have a new enemy coming, and now this tower is attacking our enemies, so we will have some easier time defending. And also I have tried to implement some interesting game design. So for example, when this laser, it runs out of energy, you can see it on the left part of the screen, no energy. It tells you use sniper right next to your cursor. So now you use the sniper tower, and each time when you kill someone with it, you can see the energy is rapidly regenerating. So you get rewarded for using the sniper. You can go back to using the laser now with full energy. So the new enemy kind, it's just a stronger one with more health, and you can see they're getting stacked against the wall. And this is actually helpful. You can see I'm killing 2 and 3 of them at the same time. So sometimes it's effective to stack them. Okay, let's see, level 3. Let's buy another tower with the space boom. Funny name. So basically it's like an ion cannon from some well-known games, and we have new enemy type. Yeah, level 3. It's written on the background of the level, very creative. Also the pause menu is minimalistic, as you can see. And let's show you, yeah, this is a new tower. It's just shooting a huge beam from the sky, and you can see the progress bar and the little antenna on top of it. And when it fills up, you just need to release the mouse button and click it again. You see the wires are connected to the brain, so she's controlling all of these towers. And now we're going to try and dismiss the new enemy type, which is using a revolver to attack our base. So I did this, I implemented multiple enemy types just so they don't all stuck on this wall. Okay. And basically that's it for now. I'm gonna switch to some other topics while the gameplay is going. But I'm going to point out some interesting stuff if something happens. Okay, so I'm going to share the story of how I got into game development and how I decided to create this game. And you can see you can actually select the text and some dialogues. So this game is created with Adobe Flash and new zombie. I didn't write zombie, I just wrote zombie. So it's Adobe Flash game. I learned ActionScript from scratch. It's object-oriented programming language, and I had no idea how to program before creating this. I just completed some tutorial on the web about making an avoider game when you use your mouse to avoid enemies with your character. And basically I just added new features to the game that I had, so it evolved from the avoider game when you just where you just avoid enemies to this like tower defense game. This game, by the way, it reminds a lot of people of Plants vs Zombies, because there's not that much games with this kind of setting where the enemies run from the right to the left, and almost tower defense games are top down. So yeah, I will probably include the link to the tutorial that started it all, but basically it was a very cool tutorial. It was showing, yeah, and we have a new feature of repairing the health bar. So where was I? Oh yeah, so the tutorial is really cool because it was given some cool result after every chapter. So like every evening you just sit down, you spend 1 or 2 hours, and you get some new feature in your game. So like it starts with you moving around, then you add enemies, then you add shooting maybe, then you add something else, and basically that's how I learned to iterate and improve my game. And it also shows the common pitfalls of programming, like the common bugs and how to fix them and why they happen. So I'm really thankful for this guy who created the tutorial. There were a lot of challenges. I will not remember the num, but basically every feature you see had multiple bugs. Like when you're first developing a game, there's a whole lot of stuff that could go wrong, and I had fun. Like it was my first game. I wasn't rushing it. I wasn't having some huge ambitions, and I was just having fun. Even bugs were fun to find out and to fix, and I was just laughing at some weird behaviors that happened. So yeah, that's really fun. And the graphics are influenced by a game called Wormix, which is in turn influenced by a game called Worms. So these zombies, I was trying to, like, I'm not very good at drawing something from scratch, so I was trying to avoid copyright infringement, but still, like, reuse something, use something as a reference. So I used the zombies from Wormix game, the tower on the left with a laser is from the Command and Conquer universe, and a lot of towers are just like a conglomeration of different weapons, and then the thing that is standing on it's just Photoshop. Okay. I was basically constructing these towers from pieces in Photoshop, drawing the cables, drawing the background. It's just like ellipses, which now look like hills. You see the camel in the background blurred out. It's just a copy-pasted PNG of a camel from Google. So it's like a huge collage of just random images from the internet. And while it may look like unprofessional, I still love how it's just, how would you say, you know, it has this soul of an indie game made by one developer on his free time. So it's cool, I love it. So yeah, as I mentioned, the art, like this menu, was made with the help of my friend. He's a web designer. Well, he was a web designer at the time, and I especially struggled with the UI, so he helped me. He drew the menus, and well, I think he also helped me with the title screen image. But I animated it to drop down and make this fancy sound. So all of the anime animations are also made by me. So I didn't steal any animation. I just have drawn the zombies and I animated every movement, like when he's reloading his revolver, when he's attacking the wall and the dirt flies around. It's all animated by me. You can also notice the turrets are trying to point at the enemies, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm really had fun with this animation. So awesome, like when you're not animating 24/7, when it's just mixing between programming, finding graphics, animating, testing, and coming up with new ideas, game design. It's really cool. I really love when you have this balanced workflow, like when you have different challenges and you're not just like programming on doing some one thing. I think that's enough for the development. I just want to touch up a bit on playtesting, feedback, and reflecting on my progress. So testing was done basically by me and my two friends who used to live in a dormitory with me when I was studying in university. So they were just watching me play the game and they were throwing some ideas. For example, this mage zombie, he's basically casting a spell that makes your energy regenerate slower. So if you ignore the backline of the zombie attackers, you might end up in a situation where you just run out of energy and it's not regenerating fast enough, or even stops regenerating altogether. So I tried to entertain the player, to give him different challenges, so he has to adapt the strategy to win. Of course, I'm very good at this game because I tested it for hours and I know how it works and I know the best strategy. So that's why I'm not losing it, but trust me, it's very challenging for new players. So we have enemies attacking the wall, we have enemies with a revolver, and you see I'm running low health and there's a huge red text warning the player. Okay, and basically we have 3 lines of attacks, so now enemies don't stack on one place and you have to keep track of everyone who's stuck in your wall. So yeah, when you look back at it, it looks simple, the game looks simple, but there's a lot of design choices that came into this game. When I tried testing it and I noticed that some things don't work. You see, when I pause the game, it's not actually paused, only the damage is not done, zombies are not moving, but some animations are still playing, so it's not a true pause. It's fun little detail. So what I was saying, oh yeah, so it's not like I had a vision and I made a game. I was just experimenting, I was implementing things and taking them out, throwing away, doing something else, adjusting the game. I just wanted to make a fun game, so there was no goal to make money. Well, I knew that I can sell this game, and I made some money, and I sold it, and I made my first $1,000, and it was really cool for me because it was more than I could have by studying well at a university and having my allowance. So it's really cool, like when you spend 2 or 3 hours every evening and you earn more money than your allowance, and you feel like your skills, your hobby is making you money. That's awesome. What else? Well, I could just reflect a bit on my progress. So after making this first game and being like a person who doesn't know how to do anything, I think I was confident that I can do most gameplay mechanics as long as it's 2D, because I don't think it was possible to make 3D, or at least it wasn't easy to make 3D in Flash, but when it comes to 2D, I was excited to try different genres. Like I was excited to try making a 2D shooter, then maybe a racing game or something else. So I wasn't very keen on making a sequel. And as you can see, when you roll HP, it's shown even on top of the sniper overlay. It's also a design choice, so you do not end up secretly dying when you're in a sniper mode. You can always track your health. So this is level 10. I need to wrap it up, it's a final level. I'm going to show you basically about all the upgrades, and I'm going to show you how the game over screen looks like, so I'll let the enemies win this time. And let's talk about my future plans. So at the moment when I finished this game, I was excited to make my first money, and I got contacted by an artist. So I had a team member who committed full time to making cool art, and we went on to make a sequel. So I will overview a sequel in the next video, but for now let's focus on this game. So this game, I'm not sure if I will share the link. You see the game over screen. It's basically reusing some of the animations, but it's still, I think it's great. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to try this game, if you like it, if you have some thoughts, want to discuss something, maybe you're also willing to become a game developer, and I will consider sharing a link. Check out the video description, maybe there will be a link to this game. It's a Flash game, but I was able to wrap it into an executable file, and basically you can play it without having Flash, so yeah. But at the time, these games were embedded into websites, so you could open your browser without downloading this game. You just open your browser and play the game without installing it. They were really popular, and the website owners, they were buying these games and just to earn money on advertisements. So they were licensing these games, and they were paying game developments. It was really cool because you could develop any game, you could make any idea that you want, just come up with an idea, make a cool game, and there was an auction where they made bids on your game, so you could watch how your game, like the price of a game goes up and up and up. It's really exciting. It's like selling art, you know. So let's wrap it up. I think there's 1 minute of gameplay left. I just want to thank everyone who watched this video through the entire video of it, and I invite everyone to subscribe to my channel for more game development content. I will make more videos about my other games, I will review them, I will share my thoughts, my ideas that I had when I was developing them, and my story as a game developer in general. Yeah, so let's win this level, let's crush the zombies. And that's it, we're done. We won the game. It's pretty short, but well, Flash games were about this, being short. But still different, fun, creative. So as you can see, it's me, and Leron, who's a designer. All the music is taken from stocks. Thanks for watching once again, and see you in the next video.